Hi, I'm Anne. Today I have a video showing you how to make the How Much I Love You baby quilt. I've got all of the pieces ready so that I can start putting the top together and finish the quilt. And I thought this would be a perfect time to jump in and show you guys how to make this in case anybody wants to join me. So let's talk about the parts. Up on the screen is a diagram that's linked in the description below if you wanted to grab it for reference. In the center is a large center heart. The first round outside of that is your focus fabric or your cute baby fabric. The next round outside of that are the sweet little heart blocks. And then the final outer round is your focus fabric alternating with something else. And whatever you use, it just depends on what your quilt needs and what your fabric line is. So for me, I felt like the inside was really airy and light, and I felt it needed to be held together. So the final piece on this is a border. So there is a pattern for this in my store if you're interested. It has a cutting chart and all the good stuff that comes with the pattern, but you won't need it. I will share with you at the beginning of each step the cutting instructions so you can pause the video and get what you need that way. And oh yeah, I ended up throwing something away during the making of this quilt, so stick around so that you can see exactly what failed. So yeah, let's get started. So we're starting with the large center heart, and on the screen are what you're going to need. Go ahead and pause the video. The first thing you're going to do is draw diagonal lines on all of your squares. And I'm going to put up on the screen an illustration here that shows you the orientation of those diagonal lines once you get to your machine with all these pieces. It's pretty much shaped like a heart. So first, sew your large squares to the bottoms of your heart rectangles and stitch just a hair to the outside of that diagonal line you drew so that you can compensate for the fabric that's going to be used up when you fold it over. So this is what it should look like. Then you can go ahead and sew on all of your small squares, making sure that those diagonals are angled the right direction. Again, here's the illustration on the screen for that. And with the small squares and all of the squares from here on forward for your snowballed corners, do the same thing, just stitch just a hair to the outside of that line. Then, once you've got all your squares sewn on, fold back each of them to make sure that your square is going to cover that heart fabric underneath it, and then trim off the excess at 1/4 inch to the outside of your stitch line. Then you'll take it to the iron and you'll press all the snowball corners away from the heart. Now we're going to sew the two heart halves together. I pinned just to make sure that I could line up that point at the top and the one at the bottom. And when you press this time, you're going to want to press open to get that block as flat as you can. So then we're going to attach the sashing. Start with the short sashings. And it doesn't matter what side you start on. I like to do the sides first and then the top and bottom with the longer ones, but it's up to you. And just make sure, whatever you do, that as you're sewing your sashing on, you watch out that you don't chop off the bottom of that heart point. That's the only thing that you're going to need to watch as far as, not chopping off a point in this quilt. So press to the outside those short sashings, then come back and sew on your long sashings and also press those away from the heart. Then you'll take it to the cutting table and measure and make sure it's 12.5 inches square, trimming off any excess. Okay, there's our center heart. And now we need your round one, which is your focus fabric. And those are 4.5 inch squares. I cut mine from a charm pack. Charm packs are so cheap. All I had to get was one charm pack for this quilt. I actually had the charm packs for the neutrals too, so two in all fairness. But 4.5 inch square. And the nice thing about that is if you're a starter, you can still use a charm pack. So, and there are 16 of those 4.5 inch squares for round one. On to round two, sweet little heart blocks. There's going to be 24 of those. On your screen are the measurements for what you're going to need. Note that under the heart color, there's two options. First option being if all your hearts are the same color. The second option is if you're doing 3 different heart colors like I did. So the first step is going to be kind of getting organized to get these hearts prepared. And what I did was laid out 4 separate hearts. Each heart has 2 halves, so you can see there on my table, I've got 8 rectangles. And then I got 8 of the larger squares and drew diagonal lines on all of those. And then I glued them to the bottom of the heart halves. And the dab of glue goes in that corner that you're going to end up cutting off anyway. So then I laid out, what is that, 16 of the little of the little squares. And those I glued on first, again, putting the dab of glue to the very outer edge that you're going to cut off. And then once they were all glued on, then I drew the diagonal lines. That made it so much easier. And when I drew the diagonal lines, another trick, since those squares butt up in the center there at the top, I figured out that if I just put my ruler point up in the center where they came together, I could draw both lines without moving my ruler again. So that really made it go twice as fast. All right, so time to sew. So just like on the large center heart, I started on the bottom large squares. And again, sewing just goes to the outside of the line. I felt that it was easier to go and sew those big squares all the left sides at once, and then I switched over and sewed all the right sides. That way it could be kind of mindless sewing. I didn't have to think about what I was doing too much. So then I cut all those apart, and sewing the tiny squares on, I found it was easiest to sew both squares on at the same time. So I'd start at the bottom of one edge, go up to the top center, pivot, and come back down the other side. And that way I didn't have to pass all these things through under that needle again. So once those are done, it's time to cut off the excess from those snowball corners. And I also have a trick for that. I pick a line of my mat and I line all the diagonals up on like 8 or as many as I could stick on there at once, and then I trim them all at once. It really made it so much faster. I've used this trick before. I saw it on YouTube somewhere. I don't remember where, but yeah, it's a good one. Okay, now it's time to press. And, just do your best. These aren't going to be perfect. Don't expect them to be 3/4 inches is just ridiculously tiny. And, they look so cute anyway, imperfections and all. So press to the outside all of those little snowballed squares. Certainly helps to put it under a piece of wood. So then it's time to sew the heart halves together. And I did pin these. I, just tried to kind of line up the points there at the top and bottom, but most importantly, to make sure that my finished square would come out the right size, I focused on lining up the heart rectangles, the big colored ones. So that way, I'm not following the snowballs, which were frankly pretty much all over the place, but don't worry about it. They'll turn out fine. So once those are done, again, just like that big heart, it's time to press open. So I press them to the side first. So this is where I had the equipment failure. I ended up with black marks on like 2 or 3 of my hearts that I ended up having to redo. And it's so weird because I have never had water in this iron. So I don't know what the heck. But anyway, that puppy went in the garbage real quick. Anyway, moving along. So I found that doing like 4 of these at once was great because I could set the seams on 4 of them. And by the time I went back to the first one to put my fingers in there and open the seam up, it was cooled off enough. Yeah, so that's what I did. And oh my gosh, look at the difference Mary Ellen's Best Press makes. Just a gentle spritz on there. And oh my gosh, just flattens those things right out. You can use starch in a spray bottle too, just, use it sparingly, but it works too. All right, so at this point I did trim, and if you notice the circle on the screen, that's 1¼ inches. It's half of the 2½ inch block size. I just lined that line on the ruler up with my center seam to kind of get the block centered, and then I went from there. So on to the sashing, putting on the short strips first, but keep in mind you want your long strips and short strips to alternate on adjacent blocks. So half of your blocks will have the short sashing on the sides and the other half will have the short sashings on the top and bottom. And keep in mind as you're sewing the sashings on that you're going to need to watch out for those heart points at the bottom. And I was able to see them through that white fabric, but sometimes I would get a pen out and just mark a dot where that point was so that I could make sure I aim for it. So when you're done with the short sashings, press those just like the large heart away from the center, and then do the long sashings, and again pressing those outwards away from the center as well. All right, so once you've pressed the final sashing away from the heart, take them to the cutting table and trim them down to 4½ inches square. And this time you can line up your center seam with that 2¼ inch mark to, get that heart center to begin with, and from there you can scooch it around as needed. So you should have 24 sweet little heart blocks. And you can see on these that the sashings are alternating so that the seams running in from the short side here hit alongside so that none of those seams have to line up. And the final round, these are your focus fabrics alternating with the anchor fabric, I'm calling it. And these are also 4½ inch squares. And there are 16 anchor fabric squares and 16 focus fabric squares in this final round. And the final border is 2½ inch wide, and the short ends are 36½ inches and the long ends are 40½ inches. So this quilt finishes at 40 inches. Once you get the binding on, at least the visual size, I think it'll measure 40½, but so everything's ready to put together. I will have another video where I'm going to be putting the top together, quilting, binding, everything else. And so I'll see you for that.